Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2020 GPVWC Academy Series. Today in Turkey, in Istanbul, this beautiful track. Today with my friend Menno Klont on the commentaries and Gerrit de Vries on the cameras. You show this broadcast to you guys. And today we have a lot of good guys to have a chance to win today, Menno. We see on the practice a lot of guys made in 34 and probably as I see before in the training session that guys was made in preparing for the race, Tom was make 33.9. So what do you think with the pole today, Menno? Do you think Tom Voss can make it again 33.9, or someone will surprise us today and make a better lap than that, or will be on 34s?
Well, I think 33.9. Hi, everybody, by the way. I think 33.9 is a bit too fast for the current grip levels, so I'm not sure if we will see pole there. Of course, the track will progress, but I think a pole will be in the 34 still. I think yeah, the favorite for pole, if you look at the practice, is Tom Voss, but I think there are like two or three guys that are really close to him. So I think they could all potentially, when they get the lap in, the lap that counts, they could still challenge for pole. So yeah, but yeah, Tom Vos looks pretty fast. I think Simon Frelick looks pretty fast. If we look at testing, I think Pascal Schmidt and Damien Cardas, if I all pronounce the names correctly, I think those are looking very good. But of course, it's the same for everybody. So if somebody else can get the lap out, it will be very interesting, of course.
And talk about Tom Voss, he was the first guy to go out the pits, so probably he'll make the first lap on the quali. Uh, he already win last year our Racing Academy Series that was in Germany, and the first Racing Academy Series this year that was in Australia was a heavy rain, a very difficult situation for the drivers. Because this car is a little bit different from last year, have a bit more grip, but have also looks like have also more dirty air. So it's difficult that the guy that is behind have a good chance to have a good grip. Uh, what do you think about today, Menno? Because today, as we see, is a dry condition, no chance of raining. And Turkey last year, the guy that win the race was David Parker, and it's a track that eats a lot the tires, as we see before. Do you think the guys have a chance to make a race without pitting, or they will need to make a pit stop if they want to make something more serious here?
Well, I think yeah, there are different strategies possible. I think there is the best strategy might be doing a one stop because the degradation is just too high. So I think that will be the winning strategy. But I'm sure some people will try to do it without a pit stop and maybe drive slower during the beginning of the race, and then hope that they will have enough tire percentage, tire life left in the end. So that would be interesting if that can be done. I think we will see people try to do a no stop, but I think you are a lot faster if you are pitting, but during a pit stop you lose around 30 seconds. So it will be interesting. Of course, the last laps of the race today, I think we see a lot of people charging on fresh tires, and yeah, that might be too much for people without a pit stop. But we shall see what will happen. So I'm currently looking at the let me see at the sector times.
Talking about quality, Tom Voss make now
Yeah,
34.6 at the moment is the provisional pole position,
yeah.
but you already know that this time will be not the same. Probably someone will make a better lap than that. And the second place at the moment is from Simon Frelick, the driver from Poland.
Yeah.
If I remember, he's the reserve driver from I forget now the team. Sorry, guys. He's the
Uh,
RBA.
RBA, yeah, RBA.
Yeah, I remember now. He's a reserve driver for RBA, and he made at the moment the second place. Third place is with Roberto Pignataro, the driver from Italy, only 2 tenths more slower than Tom at the moment. It's a very the track is still don't have so much rubber as we see it, so they still try to improve, try to learn about the track, and Michael Galka is spinning and go back to the pits.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see, the guy that I think is probably a favorite for today is Pascal Schmidt. He is on the fifth position at the moment. He is 5 tenths more slow than Tom, but he's still making a lap, but he prefers to give up and go back to the pits to make another run. At the moment, no many difference. Still Tom on the lead, but let's see how it will be because it's still 10 minutes to end the session.
Yeah.
Then it's still 10 minutes to end the session, and this track, what I love on this track, Menno, is the corners in this track, especially the corners in sector 2. You the times that you drive before in this track in Istanbul, is one of your favorite tracks. What do you think about this track, especially?
Well, I think this is one of the best tracks ever designed by, I believe, Herman Tilke. It was an F1 track, I believe, until 2011 or something. 2012. I'm not sure. I need to look that up. But yeah, this is a amazing track with a lot of challenging corners. Of course, you've got turn 8, which is a tire killer. Let's be honest with that. So yeah, it's a very interesting circuit, and yeah, I think it's an honor for us to drive here, or for the Academy Series to drive here. But yeah, we will be here with all the other series, I believe, later this month. So yeah, now this is a very cool track with 3 enormous, yeah, good looking and interesting sectors. Well, I'm looking now to the all the standings, and I believe nearly everybody now has a lap time in. But I'm actually surprised that Tom Vos with the 34.6, that still is the fastest time now, because I expected at least 3 to 4 tenths faster. But maybe that will happen in the next couple of minutes, because I think the pole will be around I think 34.2, but we shall see what will happen now. I believe Tom Vos is going purple, so it's very interesting.
And talking about Tom Vos, he make the best sector 1 and the
Yeah,
track at the
yeah.
moment, and he proved the sector 2 1 tenth more faster, and now he picked the DRS in the straight line, 276, 283. How many fast this car can be? Make a very good corner. Let's see how you beat
Yeah,
this. He make another chicane.
yeah.
He made the last, and
Oh,
Tom Vos, you
two
be
tenths, 2 tenths. Four,
yes, two
four.
tenths more faster, 34.4 is an improvement of his pole. But we need to remember, second place at the moment, Tom Parker. He make a race. He make a race for in FC for Neptune in
Yeah,
Australian Grand Prix, and he was very nice. He make points. So he's a guy that also is a strong contender because he's a very experienced driver, a lot of years driving Formula cars. We need to
yeah,
we don't forgive this guy. And also Michael Tomala, he's a bit improvement, 3 tenths more slower than Tom in third place at the moment. Another guy that was a champion in the past, and it is to have
Oh,
a chance.
let's look at the time of Pascal Smith. I think he went purple in at least one of the sectors, and he jumps to P2. Oh, P2 at 34.4 as well. So
Uh,
that's interesting. So Pascal Smith, I think one of the favorites for me, at least when we looked at a pre race testing, and now he gets the second place. So it's very interesting because you see some people getting good lap times, and I look at I believe Damien Cardas, who went to P2. So now it's actually going on. A lot of people are setting good times. So it's still Tom Vos in P1 with Cardas now in P2, Smith in P3, with Tom Parker now in P4, with
Tom Parker will
Michael
start now his lap,
yeah,
and
yeah, Michael Galka now in P5, with actually a bit of a surprise. Mikael Tumala now in P6, and then Simon Frelick and Pich Nataro in P8. Well, that now goes to P9. It's really close at the top, Rodrigo.
yeah, so you see the difference from P2, P3 from Tom Vos. less than 1/10 is incredible. This very competitive. The challenge for the pole, and let's see Tom Parker if he can have also a chance to be with these guys. Sector 1 was not very good. Maybe it's because Hinkhoister is in front of him and the dirty air is too much, and Tom Parker can make nothing about that. So let's see if he finds someone on the track. Oh, look, Simon Frelick. He made a better Sector 2 than Tom Voss. He's improving a lot, and he's on the final corner on the track now. Let's see what the Polish driver, the reserve driver for RBA, can made it. And he made it the pole position. 34.325, 0.86 more faster than Tom Voss, man. It's too small difference.
And I still think that is not the pole position lap time, because we still have 5 minutes to go and the track will still progress. But now it's Simon Frelick, the reserve driver of RBA in the Formula Challenge, and maybe we need to see him in action in the Formula Challenge someday soon, because he showed here already he's having a lot of speed in and now going P1. That's very interesting. Let's see if that can be beaten by anybody else. I think Tom Voss maybe.
Yeah, let's talk about Tom Voss. He don't make a better Sector 1, but it's too close, so he still have a chance to make a pole. He is an aggressive driver when we talk about fast laps.
Yeah.
So let's see what the Dutch can make it. Tom Voss is still he make a good corner, but let's see if he don't lose too much. Now is the DRS time. That is the end of Sector 2. He is still not improved enough to beat Simon Frelick, but it's still a minimal difference, only 0.17.
But he wants to beat his own time, if he can.
Yeah, let's see if Golsen don't harm him in this lap, because he's in front of Tom Voss. Golsen goes to the pit, and Tom Voss prefers to go to the pit also.
That's smart from Tom. He knows he's not going to beat the time, so he's not setting the lap time. And now he's got nearly 4 minutes to go again. Let's see. Oh, it's also close in the top. And I believe now everybody, so all 34 drivers in the server, have set a lap time. Only Alistair Brown has not done a fast lap time. But let's see at the computer if I see some good sector times. I believe Tom Parker is on a fast lap. No, he's in the pits now.
He's go to the pits.
Yeah, so it's a quiet time now, because I don't see any good lap times. Let me look. No, maybe Damien Cardas in P3. He is on a faster lap. What can he do? Can he go to pole? Was a good last sector. I think go to P2, and he goes to P2. So
wow, almost the pole position. 0.75 more slower than the pole position that is from Simon Frelick. It's incredible, this man. It's too much close the gap from these guys to the pole position.
It's really close. It's really close, but I expect we will see a faster lap time. But maybe I'm wrong, and Frelick already set the pole position lap. Of course, for him, we hope that that's the case. But we shall see.
And talking improvement, Gerrit van der Wald, the driver from Australia, he's improved a little bit, but not too many enough to beat the pole. But he maybe improve to racing a better place. He's still on 9th position at the moment. He made now the last corner on the track. Let's see how he'll be. And Gerrit van der Wald, he improved a little bit to 8th place, 1 place more, better for him.
And just look at Gerrit, like he is so close. If he can get a bit faster lap in, he can jump to P5. That's how close it is. Not only for pole, but also between P5 and P10. So it's really close, and they've got like nearly 2 minutes now to start another fast lap.
Talk about fast guys. Let's talk about Tom Voss. He start now his lap.
Yeah.
Let's see how fast he'll be. He's still not good enough to beat the best sector from Frelick, but let's see now. He will finish now his first sector. Rob Mason give space to him. Good. And he's not improved, but he's still good enough to beat the pole.
Oh,
He's a
no, no,
bit
no,
difference.
no. I think he blew his chance, Tom. I saw him a bit sliding into one of the corners. I think that will cost him a shot for pole position.
Yeah,
But
but
I see another guy that is quite fast now. I believe that's Tom
it's Tom
Parker.
Parker. Tom
Tom
Parker.
Parker is lighting the sector screens. I believe it's not purple, but it is definitely green for him. I can see him going for pole position now if he can get the last sector together.
Let's see
So
now his sector two. He make the purple sector one, in fact,
yeah,
more faster than Frank. And he made the best sector two also on the track. 1/10 more faster than Simon Frelick in a moment. But he is not using the DRS. Why he is not using the DRS? He's on the straight line and don't use the DRS.
no, I'm not sure. Maybe that was a glitch from our side because he still looks pretty fast, and I think he might go to pole position. Can Tom Parker do it? Can he go to pole position? Can he go to pole position? He goes to pole
Wow!
position, 34.2, and this might be the pole position time I expected. And let's see what will happen.
Wow, he made a pole position without using the DRS
Yeah,
in the part. It's incredible. He
yeah.
can improve
Well,
better this time, but he prefers don't made it.
nah,
But let's see Simon Frelick. He
I think he used it, but
le-
maybe we didn't see it.
no, he don't use it. But let's talk about Simon Frelick. He made a better sector one than Tom Parker. He's a purple sector one. He's have a very chance to make the pole position. Let's see how you be.
Yeah,
He have a free track with him, so probably
and
no one will harm his lap.
yeah, it's not only Frelick that's fast because Cardas is also very fast. They could go faster than Tom Parker. We will see what will happen. I think both they could do, but Cardas looks very good now.
Uh,
If you look at
Simon
his current
But
sector.
but Simon Frank lost a little bit in sector two, 0.44 more slower than Tom Parker, but he still have a chance to make the pole position. Let's see, this third sector is the charm, is the most important now. Simon Frank make that now the last
Oh,
corner. Can he
come on,
make the
Simon!
pole? Let's see if the Polish guy can make the
Provisional
pole
pole,
position.
provisional
Yes, he
pole,
make the pole.
provisional
Uh,
pole. But what will Cardas do? What will Cardas do? A good
uh,
last sector. He can improve, but no, he will not get it. He will not
let's
get
see
it. He will not get
Cardas.
it. Only
He don't made
P3,
it.
but still very good from Cardas. I think we've got our proposition guy 34.0 Simon Frelick. I think this is pole position. I think nearly everybody has now done their lap, and I
Yeah,
think we can
yeah,
confirm that now. So it will be Simon Frelick, the guy that I believe already races in the Academy Series for I think a year now and never had the success he hoped for. But today he got the pole position, and I think it was a class
yes.
drive. Uh,
Yes, everyone will finish his quality time, so it's official, Menno.
yeah,
Simon Frelick is the pole for Turkey Grand Prix in Academy Series. Is incredible lap, 34.0. What a lap he made it. But I think maybe Tom Parker lost the pole because he don't use the DRS on the final. Is a bit strange why he don't use the DRS.
yeah.
But it's okay. He's still in P2. He's an experienced driver. He still can have a chance to win. But it's incredible the pole that Simon Frag made it. And as you say, he raced last year in the in a lot of races in academy race, but now he is his time to shine.
Yeah, this is his time to shine. He got a lot of help from the FC team he joined in the winter, and I think he always was a fast guy, but he needed to have a push in a certain direction, and I think that is what actually happened. I think at the team he now joined, they motivate him, and I think that's something he needs. And yeah, I think we now saw what he is capable of. And let's see what he will do in the race. But yeah, this was really interesting. I think this was one of the guys that could go for pole. But yeah, I was surprised the lap time was that fast. We were pretty close to at 33. But yeah, 34, like expected with the grip levels. I think yeah, it was a amazing
And
lap.
talk about RBA that Simon Frag is part as a
Yeah,
reserve driver.
Yeah.
Is let's talk about a bit also Formula Challenge, Menno. RBA is a good thing. It's a very new drivers, new faces, as you see. Guy on Brenton, the guy from Netherlands, I think he's very fast. And Simon have these guys uh, because he's a reserve now, but with time, maybe you can see him from a challenge grid. But he training with this type of guys, and this show how much he improved. He's already in past how was a fast driver, but now he shows that he's not just a fast guy. Is the fastest guy now on the grid. But about the race, man, no, it's 24 laps, so a lot of things can happen. What do you think? Who have the chances to win today? Because the grid we see is close enough in the pace from Felix, Parker, Cardos, Valls, Schmidt, Pignataro. These guys was too much close on the gap in quality. So, but in the race, do you think these guys will be also close enough, or someone don't think they have that race pace?
Well, I think we will have, I believe, more or less, I think, 6 to 8 guys who potentially could get on the podium or win the race today. I think everybody behind, I think, the top 8 to 10 starters will have a problem to win the race because I think they don't have the outright pace. Yeah, from the leading group, I think Frelick will challenge for the win. I think Parker will challenge for the win because Tom Parker has a lot of experience. He knows what is needed for, yeah, to succeed in this race. So I will count him up there. I think definitely Tom Voss. I think Tom Voss not only is fast over one lap, but also make sure he has a good feeling for the car in the race. In the race length and how, yeah, he has the right feeling for the car at every moment during the race, so I think he will be up there. Actually unsure about Pascal Schmidt and Damian Carras because they are new to the league, so we can't see how good they really are. I mean, they're very good over lap, but I'm not sure if they will be good during the whole race. But yeah, so those two are a bit like the dark horses of the race, but I can think they could still do very well. So that's makes for a very interesting race, and so yeah, we shall see actually what will happen. Anybody else that you wanted to talk about? Rodrigo, somebody you
Uh,
noticed from Quali?
Well, I want to talk also to the people that's watching this broadcast. 54 people at the moment is watching on live. It's 33 cars at the moment on server. So
Yeah,
at the moment is a race for 33 cars, a lot of cars. It's a big grid, and I want to see especially the guy from Poland, Damian Cardas, because people talk in the commentaries that he's a guy that is have a good race pace on the other leagues that he raced before. So it'll be interesting now in GPVWC what he can do with in this
yeah.
car in his debut, because the quality was very promising. But I also want to see Simon Frelick, how much he improved also as a racer, not just as a quick lapper, because we see that he have a lot of potential making a very good lap in the quality, but how many fast he can be on the race? How can he use this pole position as an advantage or not? At the moment, it's 5 minutes to end the warm up. We go back in 2 minutes. We take off for a little bit. We go back in 2 minutes, guys.
Warm up. So let's see who's now fast in the warm up. It's Pignataro, if I pronounced that correctly. He's now currently the fastest in the warm up session. we don't see lightning fast times now because I think a lot of people are now training or testing the higher fuel run. So it will be very interesting to see what will happen uh, during the race, if people will stop or not. And I think it is also very interesting to see what will happen at the start, because I think the leader in the first few laps, the leader will have an excellent position, because in the second sector we will have a lot of problems with the dirty air, and I fear that everybody behind the leader will have a lot of dirty air. Of course, they can open the DRS, I think, from lap 3, but it will be very
Yes.
hard to pass. Uh, Welcome back, Rodrigo. So, yeah, I was talking about the start. I think to be and to stay in the lead group, I think that's the most important thing. And I think, especially for Simon, if he can stay ahead, I think he can, yeah, he can do a good job. Still, I will fear lap 3 when the DRS opens, because the long back straight is an ideal opportunity to overtake. And I tested it actually yesterday. The DRS is very effective. So if you are pretty close to the guy behind, you might see yeah, an overtake with DRS on the back straight. And the corner next after the back straight is an ideal opportunity to go yeah, deep in and overtake. Can do several lines there. So yeah, very interesting.
This is very interesting. So 2 minutes to end the warm up,
Yeah,
and at the moment is on live or not?
yeah,
um, at the moment, people make the final test in the car to see to make ready or not. And by the way, Menno, when is size the academy race is also important because the best two guys in the race, the P1, P2 on the race, have a chance to race for
yeah.
academy series, and you is the responsible to see that. Uh, how many important is we have an academy team on Formula Challenge, and we have the academy series to give a new chances to new faces on the grid.
Yeah, well, it's very important to have a team like the Academy Formula Challenge team to promote the drivers. So we normally would look into the number 2 and the number 1 driver from this race to that we promote for the races in Formula Challenge. Of course, I think definitely the winner will get an offer. But of course, the winner can say no to our offer if the winner of today's race gets a better offer. So that's a full time offer at an FC team. We decide not to hire him because we don't want to damage his reputation. So yeah, but normally the number 1 and the number 2 driver will get an offer from the team. It could uh, turn out we give another guy an offer, depending how the race will be. Of course, we not only look at the result, but we also look at what happened. Like if we would have somebody that leads like 18 out of the 24 laps and then goes out with an internet issue, then we of course note that the guy was leading before the internet disconnection or something happened. So yeah, we always look into hire the best drivers um, for the FC races. But yeah, normally that will be the number 1 and number 2. So that's something yeah, we need to say. And it's also very interesting. We now have a very good grid of 34 cars, uh, and yeah, maybe in a year from now we say, hey, that's where it began. That's where this guy made his debut, got his first win, and then moved up into the GPV order, and yeah, got amazing success. But yeah, that's of course something for the future. Let's now first watch this 24 lap race.
Yes, of course, man. No, and also now the warm up ending. We waiting for the start the race. Is a moment now. I will talk now as a driver. Is a moment that I am very anxious, man. No, because you know, because it's now or never, is the last moment, and the start always is tense, and we are with a lot of anxious because everything can end in the start. So let's see also if Simon don't have any problems in the start because he make a very good lap. I want to see a good race today in the Turkey Grand Prix. I hope we do not watch so many crashes, and people be respectful in the starting in the first laps on the race, and also see the strategies. Maybe someone of these guys in front try a different strategy, try to don't pit and because a guy last year make that and finish in P2. He's from Scotland, if you remember. His name was Kieran Rocket, and he made it a race in Turkey without pitting. It was amazing. That was very amazing. So if someone have uh, have the have guts to make that, you'll be very amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're now waiting for the session to go to the race. And for everybody watching now at home, we hope we can bring you a very nice race. Of course, as commentators, we cannot do much now. We only can commentate on what happens. But yeah, I think all the drives will have a nice surprise for you, like with nice racing. So let's hope we will have a clean race. I think last time we had a bit of a problem with the rain, but for now, I think the Turkish Academy Series Grand Prix will have no rain, so will be yeah, actually, I think very good for well. I now see nearly everybody lining up.
As at the moment, 30 seconds to end the wait. I don't see any risk of raining. It's very
No,
dry and a hot day. Uh, the people starting to be on the grid to start in the formation lap for the 24 laps that we have today. These 20, 34 cars on the grid, a lot of cars. I like to see
ooh,
that.
yeah,
Uh,
it's nice, but a bit of a worry into turn one. So
yeah,
let's see if
yeah.
what will
Uh,
happen.
But now let's start talking about the starting grid for today. Pole position from Simon Frelick, the Polish guy. Second place, Tom Parker from England. Third place, Damian Kardas from Poland, his debut in Academy Series. Fourth place is Tom Vos, the guy from Netherlands. He's a very experienced driver when we talk about Academy Series. Fifth place from Pascal Schmidt, the guy from Germany. Sixth place, Roberto Pignataro from Italy. Seventh place, Michał Galka from Poland also. He's an experienced driver, raced FC before. Uh, Eighth place, Jared van der Velde from Australia, another experienced guy. The ninth place, another experienced guy, Michael Tuomala, that have a lot of experience before in GPVWC. 10th place from Julian Kuzmiewski. He already raced last year in Academy Series, and now his first year with experience. And I hit someone crashing. I hope he's not on the top. But
I
11th place, Walt Damon from Netherlands. 12th place, Henk Hoysa, another guy from Netherlands. 13th place, Carter McColeman from Canada. 14th place, Rob Mason from England. 15th place is Eric Stanford from England, also. And 16th place, Roberto Francis Cabrera from Spain. 17th place, Caden Penny from England. 18th place, Nathan Jones, another guy from England. And 19th place, Otto Skipala from Croatia. And 20th place is Liechtenstein from Germany. 21st place is Pio Morby from England. 22nd place, Jacob Tofts. He is from, I don't remember now, he's from England also. And 23rd place, Sebastiano Bondi from Italy. 24th place, another guy he made his debut, is David Luiz from Portugal. And 25th place is Lucas Mandok from Poland. And 36th place, Lazarus Filipakos from Greece, another experienced guy in GPWC. 27th place, Martin Rydberg from Netherlands. 28th place, our guy Chris Williamson from England. 29th place is Gossen from Netherlands. 13th place is Rebelis from Lithuania. 21st place is another guy that make his debut is Marc Antoine Thibault from Canada. 32nd place is Filip Fijalkowski from Poland. 33 place is Schreider from Germany, and from the pits we will start Alistair
Yeah.
Brown from England. So this is the guys that we see on today on the race. People's now Schreider is putting his car to
Yes.
restart
Yes.
the lights.
We nearly start, and let's see what will happen. Will everybody be safe into
One
the turn? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we now
and
are go go
go.
go. And who's got a better start? Freilich has a good start. Parker has a good start. We got Cardas with a decent start. How will turn one go? Understeer, understeer. Clean, clean, clean. All clean into turn one. I'm very proud of the Academy Series drivers. It looks all okay, but we've got some drama, I think, in the
It's
rear.
Gossen. He lost his front wing. And oh, he touched Rydberg, and Rydberg make a massive crash with Rebellis. But maybe if his suspension is not damaged, maybe he can continue without pitting. But
Oh,
was
but
a
it still
very big
looks,
crash. But what
but it
a
still
very
looks
but,
good.
but what a nice start from Simon Frelick with Parker on second place. And Menno, your thoughts about this start?
I think it was a very clean start. I'm very proud of everybody who did the start today. They had respect for each other, at least for the first a few sectors. And let's see what will happen now. It's still Freilich who leads, but now we're going to the the long straight. What can Tom Parker do? He's like a lion who wants to eat his prey. Look at his speed now. Look at I'm not sure if you're now on board, but look at his top speed. There is he coming. There's Tom Parker going around the outside, but you can do it, and he leads. Tom Parker leads, and Frelick tries to stay ahead. Oh, they touch into the braking zone, and it's now Parker, then Frelick, then Cardas, and who's in P4? That's Tom Vos, Pascal Smith P5, Mikkel Galka now in P6, with Big Nataro in P7, Jarod van der Weijden in P8. Miguel Tomala P9 and Wout now in P10. So that's rounding out your top 10 after one of the 24 laps. But it is a clean start for nearly everybody.
And Menno is too excited. He's trying
I'm
to
really
stole,
excited.
he's trying to stole my job. But let's continue with that. And at the moment, a battle for the ninth place at the moment from Van der Velde and Tomala, and Van der Velde picks the position eighth place at the moment. Uh, it's a very the guys is a very clean start. He don't look like a cat the brace as we see it. Congrats for these guys. But Eric Stanford is without a front wing. I don't know what happened to he lost a
Oh,
front wing. It's a
game.
pity. It's a pity for the guy from England. And Golsen is on the pits now because he lost the front wing in the first lap. And let's see Tom Parker. He's starting to make a huge
Oh,
gap from Simon
it,
Frelick.
look at P4. Look at P4. It's a big
Ooh.
battle. Well, we now got Tom Parker actually with a pretty decent lead on Simon Frelick. That's very interesting. And now we've got Tom Vos and Cardas. They're already next to
Vos.
each other. Look at
Vos.
He's got more straight line speeds, but he needs to go around the outside to pass Cardas, who will be braking later in the braking zone. It's Tom Vos, and he is now in P3 with Cardas in P4, playing the long game for now. Pascal Smith now in P5, and Pignataro looks racy in P6, while we've got Michael Galka now in P7 with Mikael Tomala in P8. Oh, and Jarod van der Weijden goes around the outside of Michael Tomala. This is great stuff, great racing. I'm so excited. Yes.
You see how the Van der Velde controls the car in that corner, man. That was amazing. He controlled the car on the limit to avoid the Tomala attack him. Was amazing move. And talking about amazing moves, Tom Voss now in P3, he have a chance to. Looks like Frank is struggling a little bit the race pace, but and Tom Voss now is near to also have a chance to overtake him. About the fast lap on the race at the moment is from Tom Parker, 36.0 on the guy from England, and Tom Voss is very near to Frederik. Now let's see that this turn is the turn that everyone likes to make in this track.
Oh,
Because look at the downforce and the dirty air. Oh my goodness, Tom Voss car looks very good, and now the DRS is on label, so Tom Voss can use the DRS in the next part, and he's very close to free. He picked the slipstream, and Oh my god, he's opened the DRS. No, he perfect not open
No,
now. And now he open, and he is on inside line against Simon Freelich. Can he do it now? He
yeah.
overtake Simon Freelich, and he now in P2. Now Tom was.
Oh, interesting. Oh, and we've got a Pascal Smith now in P4. Oh, battling with Cardas. It's Smith against Cardas. Oh, they're so close.
And look, Pignataro, he also owns a part of this. And what a move, but Cardas.
Oh,
And
look.
look, Cardas.
Oh, look at.
Look.
And look at Smith. Smith. Oh, he is determined to get that position. He now moves into P4. So, Rodrigo, I think we can see something happening here now. We now see Tom Parker actually moving a bit away, but I think the man on the move now is Tom Vos. I think Tom Vos has now set the fastest lap, so I think he can get up to Tom Parker. I will throw something.
Sorry, Menno, but look at Jairo van der Velde and Michael Galka side by side on the corner. This race is impossible to stop talking because this guy is fighting for the limit. And oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! And
Look at
Tomala,
that!
oh my goodness, Tomala on outside. He can try it on this corner. It's too dangerous.
Oh, look
Oh
at
my
Tony.
goodness! It
This
is
too
beauty.
late. Oh,
he touched it! He touched it!
Oh, who takes?
And Valdama also was on this side, but he still looks okay. His car is not that damaged as we see it, but he lost a lot of positions. What a pity for Valdama and from Michael Galka because it was still exciting the fight.
It was a bit unlucky, but yeah, they lost a lot of time and tire performance.
And look, Pignataro against Damian Cardas. Pignataro inside, and he made it the move. And now Roberto Pignataro in P5 on the race. This race is is impossible to stop talking, Menno, because the guy was making a lot of moves today.
It's very interesting, and I want to throw something to you. And I believe we heard that somebody's upside down. I believe Michael Galka was upside down, so Michael Galka is out. Michael Galka after a return.
And also Lichtenstein is out of the race. He break his car, he tore his front wing, and he prefers to be out of the race. It's a pity for the guy from Germany. So we already have DNFs on this race.
Yeah, but I will get back on what I wanted to say before we got a bit wild. I now see Frelich can't follow Tom Vos and Tom Parker. Now, made me think: is Frelich potentially doing slower laps because he wants to save the tires? That's something I think, because judging at the lap times, Frelich should be a lot closer. But I think Frelich might be doing slower lap times to save the tires and to go to the end without a pit stop, while Tom Vos and Tom Parker might go for a one stop.
Yeah, but talking about Tom Vos and Tom Parker, Tom Vos is already on DRS zone against Tom Parker, but he cannot make the move now. Tom Vos is the fastest guy on this track right now, and maybe it's a good chance, Menno, to Simon Frelich saving fuel to try just one stop. But can he do it now without losing so many time to the guys in front of him to he have a chance to win today? I think it's very difficult, but he can have this chance. He can make this. But let's see how good he will be on this, because if he make that, if he will have a team FC and you want a driver, you need to give attention to this guy, even if he's not on FC, maybe from Super Cup that need more on save on the tires, because it's not easy make that in this track. Talking about Tom Vos and Tom Parker, Tom Vos is very close to Tom Parker. I think he have a very good chance to take the lead. And Simon Frelich now, Pascal Schmidt is very close to him, and Pignataro make now a better also pace against Damian Cardas. He's not too close. And talking about Tom Vos, the difference is just 3/10 at the moment.
Tom Vos is now lining up. Tom Vos is now lining up. Look what happens now. He can open the DRS soon. I predict we will see an overtake from Tom Vos on Tom Parker. But what will Tom Parker do? Will he defend hard or not? Oh, the
DRS open.
Oh, Vettel Weber! Oh, no, it doesn't happen! Oh, we nearly got Tom and Tom. Yeah,
That
uh,
was a very risky move,
that was a
man.
very
But
risky move. Yeah,
Tom Parker have the guts to make a move like that. Only experienced drivers can make
yeah,
the make a situation like that. You know that the guy behind him will not try a kamikaze move, because Tom Voss was very near to try it, but he prefers
yeah,
wait the right
yeah.
moment. I think this is positive,
Yeah, you
and
notice that Tom Vos knew he's got overspeed. He's faster than Tom Parker. And now he thinks, well, let me wait for a lap. Let me look into the situation. And next lap, I will try to pass again with DRS because he knows he's faster. In certain corners, he is faster than Tom Parker. And Tom Parker is driving a really good race. But I think Tom Vos will overtake soon. While we now got Pascal Smith, who overtook Simon Frelick for P3.
yes,
So
yes.
I'm not sure if he can match the lap times of Vos and Parker. While we now see Tom Vos going off. Oh, Tom Vos nearly spins it. But what a car control for Tom Vos.
Ooh,
He lost,
it,
I think he lost nearly 1.5 seconds, but he saved the car. And Rodrigo, did you saw why that happened? Because he got understeer. Why? Because he was that close on the back of Parker's car. That's what actually happened.
yeah, we need to remember, man. No, this car, the dirty air is too heavy, so it was not easy to Tom Voss continue be outside behind Parker in a such aggressive pace. But I think he still will go again near to Parker and try another one chance, because Parker is not more fast than him. Parker made now 36.1, and Tom Voss was made 35, so it's basically 1 second of difference when Tom Voss is alone.
Yeah,
And talking about Simon Frank, he was overtaken now by Pignataro. Pignataro make now 35.9, and Frank make 37.7. It's a very big difference on pace. So
yeah,
I think Frank will try to don't stop in this race.
yeah. Zero stop
Uh,
for Frelick.
yeah,
I'm going to say that. Yeah, yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
and talk about the guys from behind. Waltham is making now a comeback race after that problem. He's now on 12th position. He now is near to Carter McColeman. And I think he. Oh, I see a hit. Who hit in the car in the track? I see because I see a hit and looks like he is Bondi. Is Bondi? He lost his front wing.
Oh.
Oh, a pity for the Italian guy.
Oh, and we've got Mr.
And
Jones.
Nathan Jones without the
Oh.
rear wing also. Oh man, oh, this is a pity. We see
Oh
it now.
yeah, yeah, that will happen. People are now getting closer to their pit stop, so they want to force a bit the position. And if that goes wrong, yeah, then you know what happens. Oh, but look at now at Turmala. Oh, Cardas is really slow, and now Mikael Turmala is going to pass Cardas if
Oh,
there is enough
look
room.
at Cardas. Oh my goodness, Cardas almost tried to make a sandwich of Tomala, but Tomala shows his more power on the straight line and overtakes for the 7th position. And
But,
and
but we
talking
now,
about the
yeah, yeah,
talk
go
about
ahead.
the race, Parker made now 35.9. Tom Voss make 35.6. Tom Voss is still more fast than Parker, but looks like now Tom Voss tried just to manage his pace. He don't try to force too much compared to before, because he knows that he have a better car and a better race pace. So he just will try to choose the right moment after he almost see that his race almost was go off. And I see that we already have a back marker, because I see a guy in front of Parker. So in a few laps you will see a back marker. So this also can make the move for Tom Voss. He can use this guy as advantage to he be near to Parker and maybe make an overtake, man.
Yeah, but it can also work against Tom Voss because if Tom Parker is close, no, he's not close enough. Then of course Tom Parker could get DRS as well from the back marker, but that's
And
not
and
going to happen.
and Tovaz is on DRS zone, so he can open his DRS
Yeah,
on next lap. So
but he will not pass. He will not pass. He's too far away for now, but he can now open it. Let's see how many tenths he will win. I think it will be around 1/10 or maybe 1.5 tenths. Or
he
quite
now
a bit.
he's now on half of tenth. He as Menno talks, he had not have a chance make an overtake now, but he already again near to Parker, and Parker see the pressure behind him. But Parker is an experienced guy, so let's see how Parker can manage this. Because Tom Voss already, Tom Parker make now 36.1, Tom Voss make 35.7. It's a big difference, Menno, in terms of these two guys on the track. And Pascal Schmidt is more faster than Tom Parker now at the moment. You see the difference. It's 36.0 from Schmidt. And Frerick is still Frerick. We see that Frerick probably have a car for don't make a stop, but he's still very near to Pignataro. It's interesting. Even with a car with a lot of fuel, he don't lose so many pace to the guy who's on front of him. Maybe now Frerick start to push more, man. No? What do you think?
I don't think he is going to push more. I think he wants to save a lot of tire percentage for the second part of the race. So I don't think he's pushing now. It looks very good for Simon Frelick if he indeed is on a 0 stop and the rest is on a 1 stop. Yeah,
sorry, Menno, but let's see if Tom Voss now have the chance. He's just 5/10 difference from.
He's too far away. He's too far away. He can not do it, or at least on this lap, but he can get closer again. I think he already is closer than he was last lap, so he can get a bit closer again. And now we will see when will those guys pit. Will one of those guys pit a lap earlier than the other? Will they go at the same lap? That will be very interesting. I actually expect a lot of people will pit around lap 12, but it can be that they will enter the pit on lap 11 to avoid pit lane traffic.
Yeah,
well, getting back on it, we've got a problem. I believe it's Lazarus Filipakos with a problem now. P20.
Yes,
I think it looks like a flat tire or something because the car seems to be broken.
And he's out of the race. He's a PT.
Yeah.
Filipakos is out of the race also. So we have already 4 DNFs, if I remember, and we start to see guys respect the blue flags. It's Lucas Mandoc giving the positions to the guys in front of him. That is Pignataro and Schmidt. So let's see how is the top 10 at the moment. Tom Parker is first, Voss second, Schmidt third, Pignataro fourth, Freyk and Simon Freyk make the top 5. With Jarob van der Wild in 6th position, with Tom Mal in 7th.
We will see the overtake now. I think Tom Voss will overtake Tom Parker now. He's nearly alongside him, and now the DRS will open. I think Tom Voss waits with DRS. That's smart, very smart. Now he's opening it.
DRS open. Let's see if Tom Voss can overtake him.
He needs to go around the outside. Can he do it? We'll break later. No, Tom Parker is smart enough to stay on the inside. He is still ahead. Oh, they're so close. And Tom Voss goes into pits. This is a very smart move from Tom Voss. He can jump Tom Parker now. This, I think, might be a very good call from Tom Voss, depending if he gets into the traffic or not. Yeah, but it could be a race-winning move. And look at Pascal Schmidt. He is getting close to Tom Parker. Schmidt is not out of this race because he looks pretty racy now just before the pit stop. Yeah, so very, very interesting.
And let's see how many times Tom Voss you lost or not, and how many times he will win with that. And remember, guys, this is from the lead. So let's see if Parker is also will pit or not on this lap after he sees that his opponent pitting. Or he will try. I think it's risky for Parker trying to continue in the track because he's very slower compared to Tom Voss. So, and Schmidt is also starting to be close to him. The difference is only 1 second. And Pignataro is also start to be close. And Simon Freyk was overtaken by Jarob van der Wild when we were talking about that. So Jarob van der Wild now is P4 at the moment, and Freyk is P5. But we need to remember, it looks like Freyk will not pitting, so Freyk can win these positions.
We think so, and I believe there is a big gap between Freyk and Tom Voss now. I think it's around 15 seconds, and that is a lot. Of course, Tom Voss will have a lot more pace if Freyk indeed is on a 0 stop, but this will be very interesting. Also interesting.
Let's see, Parker don't pitting. He don't pitting, but Schmidt pitting.
Yeah,
Schmidt and Pignataro both pitting. Oh,
and
Pignataro almost lost control on the pitting. What? That was incredible, man. Wow. And Jairo van der Velde also pit. So 3 cars on the pit
oh
now. Start the strategies, the pit,
yeah,
the battle of the pits. So let's see
I
how many
think
times
this is
they will
smart.
lose.
I think this is smart. Gerrit van der Weide is doing the half, so 12-12. Very interesting. I expected more people to get in the pits. Oh, let's see. We've got Wout Damen there.
And Tom was starting. Schmidt is out of the pit, but he don't win the position against Tom Voss. Tom Voss now is P6, Schmidt P7, exiting out the pit, and and we see now Thibaut in P8, but Thibaut probably will need to pit or just will try to make a race without pitting. So probably he will not have a car to stop Ignatara. But oh,
Yeah,
he closed the door to Ignatara,
he
but
is
maybe
he's allowed to. He's racing him. So Thibaut is racing Pignataro. Pignataro has just he's a bit unlucky with the traffic now, but of
yeah,
course
yeah,
he's got better tires.
yeah, it looks like Ignataro have a bad luck on this pit because he lost a lot of time against Thibaut, but he overtake Thibaut now, so he's a P8 at the moment, and Paxton Schmidt is P7 with Tom Bowles in P6. And let's see now Tom Parker if he pit or not, because
I think he will. I think he will. If he doesn't do it, I don't think it would be smart if he goes for another lap. Will he go now? He will go now, right? He doesn't.
no, he don't know.
Oh,
Maybe,
is is he?
maybe, man, maybe he have a pace to don't pitting. What do you think
Yeah,
about that? Maybe he have a car to don't pitting. So if he make the laps
I,
with a
I
car or a lot of fuel, that's amazing.
I don't believe Parker is on a no stop because I think he pushed them far too hard on the first 10 laps. But maybe he indeed is on a zero stop. But I can't believe it because then he would beat Frelik, which we still think is on a no stop. Uh, uh, then he beats him with 8 seconds. But we will see if Tom Parker is on a zero stop. It will be an amazing thing from him. I can see him uh, doing something like that, but yeah, let's see. He might pit soon because his pace was pretty good.
And Tom was very nearly now with Philip Morby, so probably is the first guy that Tom Voss will overtake. Let's see how many times Tom Voss will lost against Morby, because of course we see that Morby don't have a best car than Tom Voss. Tom Voss have new tires and Morby not. Oh, he will try on this corner. This corner is dangerous. He prefer not. He know that he can lose a easy win if he make that, so he prefers don't try now. So probably on the DRS zone, Tom Voss will make his attack,
Yes,
and and Frederick is still on P2. He's P2 at the moment because he don't beating. The difference between him and Parker
Parker
is
still
7 seconds.
continuing. Parker still continuing, so it
Uh,
looks
I
like more likely that he is on a zero stop. Frelik
I,
now in P2. Cardas, I expect Cardas
I,
also doing a
Hoyks
zero stop.
on the pits now. So and Tom Voss make the overtake against Pio Morbi. So Tom Voss now is P4, but he'll be P5. So but he'll be P4 because Hoyks is on the pits, and Cardas maybe also Cardas can have a chance to make the race without pitting he and Freilich, the guys from Poland. But I want to know if Parker really don't try to make a pit stop. If he don't make that with the pace he have at the moment, that's amazing. But I don't think so. But if he think he made a pit stop, he making probably the wrong decision, because if the difference between he and Voss be too much, it will be difficult to he pick Tom Voss and overtake him. But we need to remember Parker will be have better tires from the end if he make that. So it's a risky situation from him, but could be good also.
Yeah, he now has a big lead, Tom Parker.
And,
Let's see.
and talk about quick laps. Sonvos make 35.0 after go out of the pit. So
Yeah,
he's very fast. He's the fastest guy on the track right now. Probably he'll make 34 now because he made 35 when he had Morbi on his front. So now that he's
yeah.
alone and without no one to harm him in his lap, probably he'll make a 34. So and let's see if Parker will pit or not. And he don't pit. He don't pit, Menno. He
He
don't
don't
want
pit.
to pit. And he
That,
make
that,
now
that, then I'm then I'm pretty sure he will be doing a no stop, and that will be very interesting. Will his tires, survive the last 5 laps? Oh, that will be a thing. But Frelick now, let's see at lap times. 36.7 from Parker, 36.5 from Frelick, so 36.8 from Cardas. And then we look at Tom Vos, he's doing a 35.2, so that's 1.5 seconds more or less he's faster than Tom Vos. So he is catching. So it will be very interesting with now 9 laps to go. He will be still fighting for at least P2, and I think possibly still the win, depending how the tires of the top three are. So let's look at the current standings. It's Tom Parker now in first position, then Simon Frelick in P2 with Damien Cardas in P3, Tom Vos in P4, Pascal Smith in P5, with Philip Morby in P6, with Mr. Pignataro in P7, Jarrod van der Weide in P8, with Carter Coleman now in P9,
But
very
look at
interesting, and
but look
Somal in P10. Yeah.
Tomala is very close to McColeman, so I think Tomala will make the move. But very nice race for Carter McColeman. I think he don't pit also, Menno. I think he don't make a pit stop, so he's
Uh,
very impressive. The guy from
I
Canada,
I don't think so.
and uh, I, I I I think he don't pit because I don't remember see he pitting.
Oh, and
So
Parker doesn't pitch for another lap. He's definitely on a no stop, and I'm really surprised with the pace he had at the beginning of the race. The lap times he put in, I thought he was going far too quick, too fast for a zero stop. But maybe he nursed the tires still, and yeah, he can
uh,
go to the end.
and Tom Vos, man, is like a clock. He make another 35.2. But we need to remember, he still need to overtake the other guys at in front of him, that is Damon Cardas and Simon Frelick. And his difference to Cardas at the moment is 7 seconds. It's too much. So you'll be maybe if Parker don't beat, maybe it'll be impossible to Tom Vos catch him
Yeah.
because the difference is too much, and we need to see that how much he will lose to overtake Frelick and Cardas if he have a chance to overtake these guys. But I think he can have because the difference from Cardas now is 6 seconds. So he basically is 1 second more faster than a lap, and the difference probably will be more because the tire of these guys is be worse than before, and Tom Valls have new tires and new fresh tires. And Pio Morbid has P6, Pignataro is very close to him in P7, so probably Pignataro will make another move to P6. The guy from Italy, I think he is also his debut. I don't remember he make his races in GPVWC before. So, so he's a very nice debut also from Roberto Pignataro. And wow, he feel that dirty air, man. Oh, you see that he feel that dirty air. He lost a lot of time because the car don't want to make the corner. It's incredible how the dirty air is so massive on these cars. So is no don't easy to make moves. So maybe this could be a problem from Tom Voss today, because even with Tom Parker faster than him, he have a very difficult problems to overtake. And Tom Voss make now 35.8, so he start to don't make quick laps than before. So
Yeah, but it's still is very good. So I think he could still get close to Cardas and Frederick. Well, Cardas now I think he's getting closer and closer to Frelick. That is very interesting. Now I think Cardas has more pace at the moment.
and talk about the other places. Oh, Thibault tried to overtake Penny, but Penny make a awesome move to avoid that. Have a nice defense for the 14th position at the moment. We need to remember that Academy races don't have a championship, so these races don't give points to the drivers. But if you repeat a situation like is a Formula Challenge is a top 15 on points, so it's a battle for points. If you remember that, if you his race at FC, so it's nice to look in Thibault in his debut also have a top 15 for his first race.
Yeah. Let
Uh,
me look. Ooh,
and and,
Parker.
and, and Pignataro probably is the battle now for positions from Pignataro and Morbi. Pignataro have a chance to open his DRS, but it's not that far near to Morbi, so probably he don't make the move now. But he's the guy that have the most chance to we see make the move right now to overtake. And the difference from Cardas and Frank is just 1 second. Also, you need to remember that these guys is fighting for the podium,
Yeah,
so it will
yeah,
be
true.
interesting. And Frank have a lot of black marks in front of him, Sebastiano Bondi and Rydberg, and maybe this can harm Frank to defend his position from Cardas.
Yeah, Cardas nearly is in the
And,
DRS, so
and
that's
look,
very.
and look, Pignataro, he make the move in the first corner and overtake Morbi. Was a very good move by Pignataro, a very aggressive move, but he risked everything, and now he's P6. So P6 for Pignataro at the moment, and Schmidt is in P5. Schmidt is a very lonely now because
Yeah,
his difference from Tom Voss is from 3 seconds. So
yeah,
uh,
but he's still in for a shout for a good position. So let's
but
see. Well, let's see what will happen now. Look at the still the lap times Tom Parker can do. He's like a Swiss clockwork. It still looks so good from him what he's doing, and yeah, I think he can potentially win it. And I believe in his long GPVWC career, Tom Parker only won one race during the yeah all time. So I really hope he can win it for his sake. But yeah, of course he's not there. I think it's 5 laps to go. But what will happen with the rest? Tom Voss is getting closer and closer. He can see, I believe he can see Cardas and Frelick now. So Tom Voss is pretty close.
yeah, his difference is 2.8 from Cardas at the moment, so he can make a move to the podium. But for the win will be very difficult because the difference from Tom Parker to Ferrari, Menno, you know what is the difference? Is 11 seconds. It's too much. Tom Parker, even don't pit, he's still fast enough to defend his position. He's still fast enough compared to Ferrari and Carlos that make the same strategies. This shows how dominant Tom Parker is on the moment on this race.
Yeah, he looks very, very good. But of course, that's the biggest fear now, that Tom Parker will have massive tire issues and loses 3 seconds a lap. That can still happen, Rodrigo. So I want to see it to the end because I can see Tom Parker, yeah, might be struggling for grip
And,
in the last two
and
three laps.
And sorry, man. Let's talk about the battle for the seventh position. It's Phil Morby against
Oh,
Gerald van der
Jarrod!
Velde, and look at the dirty air in this corner. That corner is massive. Gerald van der Velde looks at the understeering behind him, and he prefer take off the foot on the gas pedal to he don't have a problem for him. But he still is on DRS zone. Probably will not have a chance to overtake now. But maybe he can make the same move as Pignataro and try to overtake in the first corner. So let's see this battle because it's the most close battle at the moment. Size Tom Voss is still 2 seconds from Cardos, so probably just in the next lap you'll see
Yeah,
Tom Voss against Cardos.
but now I've got some bad news. I think it could still be enough for Tom Parker, but he did it 37.5 last lap, and that's a pretty low lap time, slow lap time. And if I look at Frelick, he now is, I believe, about a second faster than Parker. Are the tires of Tom Parker, are they letting go? Is the no grip anymore for Tom Parker? Oh, this will be very interesting.
Yeah, but
Did
we
he?
need to
Did
remember
he? Did yeah?
they
Did,
already made 20 laps, so he's almost on the end of the race. So probably Tom Parker, uh, he still have a good time to lose. He's just trying to manage now his race pace. Maybe because I don't know, but maybe his fuel cannot go to all race, so
yeah.
probably he tried to also save fuel.
No, I think fuel is not a problem at Tom Park. I think it's tire wear, and just see the car not responding that good on the direction changes. Let's see, it's now 9 seconds.
And,
We
and,
need
and
to
uh,
we need to look at the lap time of Tom Parker in comparison with Frelick and with, of course, with Tom Voss.
yeah, but before that, let's see the battle for the P7. It's very near now. Van der Velde against Philip Morby. He opened his DRS. Let's see what Morby can do it to defend. Van der Velde inside, Morby outside. They break it on the same. Oh my goodness! And Van der Velde make a very good move for the P7. He's now on the P7 of the race. Morby in P8. Very good move by the guy from Australia. And let's see Tom Voss against Cardos. Tom Voss now the difference is only 1 second. So probably it will be the hell laps from Cardos now, Menno. Because he knows that the guy behind him have a better tires and he'll be very aggressive to try to overtake him and Simon Frelick. So let's see
Yeah.
what Cardos can do. Can he try to defend? What is he think about now? Can I defend this guy? I will just leave this guy go because he have a better car than me? What probably he's thinking right now, Menno?
I think he's pushing like giving everything now, and hopes he can get the DRS from Frelick, because that can help him defend P3 from Tom Voss. But yeah, Tom Voss looks just to be much faster, of course, with better tires.
And Tom Voss already on DRS zone, so Tom Voss probably on next lap will fight against Cardos from the position because he'll be very near to the Polish guy. And very good, nice debut from Cardos because he's on P3 at the moment. Maybe he can lose that, but a P4 is not bad for a first race on the Academy Series against the experienced guys like Tom Voss and Tom Parker.
Yeah, Tom Parker now with a very slow lap time, 37.7, but he still has 8 seconds, so he is 2 or maybe more 2 seconds slower, but I think this might be enough if he can keep it like that. Oh, what happened to Tom Parker? I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like he lifted. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, but he's still on the track and he have a back markers in front of him that can be a bad news from Tom Parker because these back markers can probably with Tom Parker tires now is gone. The dirty area probably is very massive, man. Also, probably Tom Parker is not happy right now, and I know very well Tom Parker because I already work with him. So probably he's not very happy right now with the dirty air. He's probably very pissed off. But let's see if he can control the situation and not have a huge problem with that. And look, Tom Voss is very near to Cardos, so probably is that lap that Tom Voss will make the move against Damian Cardos, and he is on the DRS zone. The difference from Cardos is 4/10 at the moment, so he make not a good exit, so maybe he will lose time. I don't know, but let's see it. He opened the DRS, but he's not that close to Cardos, so probably another lap that Tom Voss will lose.
But we only got one more, so that will be very interesting.
I think it's 2 laps to go.
Let's see.
No.
1 lap to go?
Yeah. 1 lap to go, so it's the final lap now. Tom Parker in the front, 5 seconds from Frelick. Frelick is in second, with Cardos in third and Tom Voss in fourth. So the chance for Tom Voss now probably be just a third position if Frelick don't make a mistake, but I think it's very impossible to Tom Voss make 2 moves in 1 lap.
Oh, he can do it. He can do it.
Yeah,
don't count Tom Voss out with his current grip levels. Yeah, Frelick is struggling as well. Frelick is struggling in P2. It can still happen for Tom Voss. He can still overtake both of them. Cardos can still go to P2 as well. Can Frelick hold on? Can Tom Parker hold on? Tom Parker is very slow into the first sector, but he is doing this. He's thinking. He does do slow sectors to save the tires to make sure he is ahead at the line.
But by the way, man, we like to talk in Brazil. One thing is you be close to him, but other thing is you overtake him. So Tom Voss will not have a good job, an easy job. But let's see Parker. Parker is almost on the end of the track, so you still have time to see Tom Voss against Cardos. So let's see. Tom Voss open the DRS. He's only 3/10 from Cardos, so he can make the move. Let's see if Tom Voss can make it or not. Oh, he can make it because Cardos also have the DRS open because of Frelick. And Tom Voss very close. But he's not.
Now we will see Tom Parker. Tom Parker wins the race. It is Academy Series race from Tom Parker with Frelick in P2, Cardos in P3, Tom Voss in P4 with Pascal Smith in P5, Now we're
And,
waiting for
and
P6. That's Pignataro. Pignataro
yes,
still a very good race in P6. Will he get it? Yeah, of course he will get it. P7 for Jarek van der Weijden. Well done, Jarek van der Weijden, with Philip Corbin on P8. And
uh,
P9
uh,
for Mikhail Tumala.
and
Tumala
he
now in
Coix
P9.
he Coix will finish the top
Yeah,
10
yeah. With
now.
Wout now in P11. Let's wait for the others. I think they're nearly all at the third sector now. Carter McColeman in P12. Carter McColeman looks pretty happy. Rob Mason in P13. Now we wait for Mr. Thibault.
Is the guy that make his debut. A very nice debut for a guy that don't have too many days for training. So
Yeah,
14 is a
yeah.
very nice job for the guy from Canada. And Francis Cabrera will end the top 15 if he don't make a mistake. What happened with Penny? What happened with Penny? Penny is struggling. Penny is stopping the car, Menno. Maybe he don't have fuel. What happened with him?
Yeah, no fuel. He's in neutral.
Oh,
Uh,
he have or not?
I
Looks
fe-
like he looks like he don't have fuel. He lost a lot of positions in the end. So Katie Penny in the final, he just tried to finish. He don't give up. He just tried to
oh,
finish, but his car don't. Oh my goodness, he will finish or not? Let's see. I'm very
yeah,
interested
he
now.
will finish. He will finish. Yes, he finishes. Yes.
Oh my goodness,
Woo!
this is
Happy
incredible.
birthday, Caitlin! Woo! Yeah, I wanted to say
So so
that. Yeah, so
so
that was the race. So Tom Parker with a no stop, and I didn't expect that, judging by his uh, yeah first lap pace and stuff. But he did it without a pit stop. Frelik and Cardas indeed were on a zero stop, and that was the faster, yeah, the
yeah,
faster
but
strategy. And I'm surprised because Tom Voss really had the strongest pace. He was the fastest today, Tom Voss. But with a pit stop, it was just too much, Rodrigo.
yeah, before we make the interview with the guys, we need to talk, Menno. Tom Parker made the hell of the race. What a race from Tom Parker. Maybe Tom Voss was the fastest guy, but we need to remember the pace that Tom Parker have in the start with a car full of fuel is amazing.
Can
So maybe he was the fastest guy, but he prefers to be smart and try to finish. I don't expect that the winner today will win without pitting, and the three guys on the podium make the today without pitting, and this is amazing, man. No?
yeah, it was a very very good race. Uh, yeah, we're waiting now for the interviews.
So let's go to interviews. Let's talk with Tom Parker, the winner today.
Yeah, can I do the interviews, Rodrigo? I really want to.
As you can make the interviews, man. No?
Oh yes, let's get Tom Parker in first. So there we have it, Tom Parker. I believe your second win in GPVWC in all those years, with a zero stop, with a no
Yeah.
stop. Tom, explain how did it go? Tell us your story of the race.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, my second open wheel victory in GPVWC, first for 6 years. Hooray! But yeah, it was I was just talking to Tom and Simon, and it was like,
Yeah,
yeah, that was difficult. I didn't know Tom was going to be on his one stop, so that's why I fought so hard to give him behind.
yeah,
And then he went to the pits, and I fought few, and then Schmidt went into the pits, and then I fought even better. And I knew from that point it was going to be fine. Um, yeah, obviously the pay ties went off at the end, but I knew that I would be okay by by 20. I mean 22, lap 22, 23. That's when the ties really started to go. But I mean, I had enough pace in the bag to
yeah,
just back it off, let people
yeah,
pass, just not force it. And yeah, like I
yeah.
used by lap 13, I'd used 50% of my tire,
Oh,
so
nice.
I used 30% less in the last half of the race just because I wasn't pushing anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was really good fun. Really good battles with Tom. Really good battle with Frulik at the start. Much fun. Like I said, it was nice to be back in the wing with a win in an open wheeler car. Hopefully, I can take it over to Formula Challenge.
Yeah, let's hope so. But Tom, what I noticed is that the first few laps after the start, you were pretty fast. So we thought like at the commentary box, we thought like, oh, he's definitely on a one stop. But when he didn't pit, we were like, hey, did he save the tires then during the first lap? But the first few laps looked pretty okay from you. You looked pretty fast. So yeah. Uh, so you were already saving that.
Oh,
You were already
you're too kind.
thinking ahead uh, at that moment.
I think I was just getting in. Yeah, I was just got getting into rim. The only reason I'm doing this is because obviously I'm quite rusty in terms of like race
Yeah.
trim. This is my if you discount Melbourne Formula Challenge, it's my first open wheel race for nearly a year. So I thought I'll do this just to get some practice in like race trim and that. And yeah, I was pushing, but it was just trying to get into the groove. Obviously, having overtaken Freelick on the first lap, which was key. If I hadn't passed him, it'd have been a nightmare. But I was just talking to Tom and in waiting for an interview, and he had higher wings, and I could tell straight away, and I knew that if I was in the straight, it wouldn't be a problem. So, but yeah, it was yeah, it was nice. It was just getting the concentration, getting my rustiness off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, if
Uh,
anyone
uh,
beat me, I would just ban them. So
you have more questions to Mr. Parker, Menno?
Yeah, I've got a
yeah.
few. The first is, are you driving tomorrow in the Formula Challenge race, or will we see you back in the Turkish Formula Challenge race in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, I'll be in tomorrow. I'll be racing
Oh,
for
okay.
Madness Racing. I won't be
Madness
as good though.
Racing.
I won't
Ooh,
be as good as I was
interesting.
today. But yeah, I mean, I am obviously with Rodrigo's team. Obviously, I was aiming for a podium, and then I decided to boo boo.
Yeah,
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm just doing it for fun. Like obviously now I'm part of management. That's obviously my focus, and I'm just doing it for a bit of fun. And yeah, I enjoyed myself, and hopefully I will continue to enjoy myself.
yeah. Well, we at least enjoyed your victory and your strategical things
News,
you showed
yeah.
today.
And also just to finish, congrats for today your win, Mr. Parker. And I want also to congrats to you. Remember what I talked to you that day because
Yeah, see, look, I was fine. I didn't get anyone off.
yeah, you managed you don't rise like a monkey today. You like race like a king today.
Yeah,
So no
see,
monkey for
it's
you,
because I didn't
Mr.
have a
Parker.
teammate.
Yeah, today you make a dominant race. So congrats to you and good luck tomorrow racing for Madness Racing, the Bahrain Grand Prix and Formula Challenge.
Thank you. I'll let you have a 1-2 if you can let me have a win.
This will see it.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys very much, and I can't wait to race tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye. And now we're going to the next one that will be dragged in. Let's see who it is. We've got
It's
plenty of
Simon.
choice. Will it be Simon or will it be Damien? Let's see. It will be Simon Frelich. Hello,
Uh,
Simon.
Hello.
So, what a race for you today. You
Yeah.
had, of course, pole after, I believe, a year of trying entering the Academy Series race. You now had pole and still finished on the podium. Are you happy with this result, or are you gutted that you didn't win the race, Simon?
I'm
Tell us.
I'm I'm pretty happy. Uh, I had some problems during the race because whenever someone left the server, I had freezes in game for like a second each time. So maybe if I didn't have the freezes, I would be able to fight with Parker. But I was surprised by his strategy because I thought he was on one stop in the beginning when he was fighting Voss. And then fast forward to lap 17, he's still not pitted. And I'm like, oh. But yeah, it was a good result. I'm very happy. It's my first podium and first pole position. So a very good race for me.
Yeah, and you're now part of an Formula Challenge team. Did that team help you a lot to achieve a better performance, to at least get that maximum potential out of you? Can you tell something about that?
Uh,
Did they help with it?
Uh, well, they were helping me with like how to conserve tires for the zero stop, and they were also spotting for me during the race.
Okay.
So uh, a bunch of help from them. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we can understand. Well, we just talked with Tom Parker, and he's was saying he was going to do Formula Challenge tomorrow. Will we see you in Formula Challenge anytime soon? Because you're the reservoir of RBA Racing, or are you not sure about that for now?
Well, for now, I'm not sure because they're planning to do the whole season. So maybe not in the in the suit of RBA Racing, but maybe in GPVWC Academy team.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Of course, we can look into that later. Well, Simon, I'm really happy for you because we know each other for a while now. I'm really happy for you. You got pole and at least showed your true potential now, and I think it will not get less. You will only get better now. And yeah, you might not won today, but I think you had a lot of experience now. You know how it feels now, and I think next time you might win it. So yeah, if Rodrigo has not any further questions for Simon,
No,
then I think
no,
we should continue.
now I want to talk. I want to congrats Mr. Frelick for the podium today in the pole position. And for the last question, why you choose don't make a pit stop? Because I'm very surprised with the results today because the three guys on the podium don't make a pit stop in a race that I think everyone was to make a pit stop. So why do you think you can made it the race without problems without making a pit stop? How was the preparation to you see
uh,
that?
During practice, I run multiple race like pace tests, like multiple with zero stop and multiple with one stop to compare how fast they are compared to each other. And I just, I just saw that zero stop could be a lot more beneficial than the one stop. Mainly because they were similar on pace. Maybe one stop was a bit faster, but with zero stop, you will have the track position after the pit stops.
Oh, good to know. So I hope you see you in the future as a Formula Challenge primary driver. So good luck, Simon Frelick, for your season today in this year in Academy Series.
Thanks, Rodrigo.
Well, then we're going on to the next guy in the interview, and let's see who we get. It's Tom Voss or Damian Cardas.
Is
Yeah.
Damien P3?
Is it Damien or Damian? Let's ask him how we
Both.
pronounce his name. If it's Damien or Damian, what's the pronunciation of your name?
You can say Damian.
Damian. Okay. Hey, Damian, well done at your debut at the Academy Series. A podium, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, third
With
place.
a yeah, with a no stop. Thoughts? How what did happen during the race? Did you have fun? Tell us your life story, your race story, actually.
Uh, I can say like Kimi, it was like on the beginning, everybody was overtaking me, and I was thinking like I'm too slow or my car is broken. But later it was very, how to say it, very calm race. I was fighting literally with nobody, but if one stoppers were behind me, I was not blocking them, doing my own race. In the end, Frelik had his tires going, and I was starting to pulling to him, and Tom was also pulling to me. And the last two laps was really pushing like in qualifying, but on the tires like they were gone.
Okay. So,
Percentage in the end was like 28 on the front right.
oh, that's not a lot, but actually, yeah, I think that's enough, of course, to finish the race. You got really close to Frelick in the end. I saw when you were in DRS, yeah, it helped you a bit to get really close to him. So yeah, I think really well done to you. I mean, this was your first race at GPVWC, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah, first.
so I think yeah, you just showed that you have the skill and the potential to at least yeah, get even better results in higher championships in the future if you of course would desire that. So yeah, I think a very good race from you, at least that's what I see. So yeah,
Thank you for your words.
yeah, so yeah.
We
So
have
thanks.
we have
Yeah.
more questions to Mr. Cardas, Menno.
No, I don't have any more actually. No.
But I have one. I have one. Uh, how was the situation in the final laps against Tom Voss? How much nervous or tense you are because the guy was with better tires than you, and he was the final laps very close to you. So how was talk to us? I'm very curious to see that to know your point of view about that.
Um, Tom, after the Tom speed, it was like 13 seconds behind, so I don't really care about him. But like it was 5 laps to the end, and I saw he's pulling like a second to me. Sorry, gaining second to me on the lap, and I was still saving my tires that I can easily make to the end. But when he closed down to me on like 2 seconds, I started really to push, and
Okay.
it was pretty nervous at the moment. But when he didn't, maybe not he didn't, when he wasn't able to pass me on straight, then it was like, okay, just hold him and maybe try to overtake Fralik, but he was uh, he was too far, and only on last lap I got the DRS, and it helps me a lot because I was able to hold Tom into a last corner when we made contact, but he gave me position back, and that was nice from him.
Yeah.
Good to know that. I Congrats for your podium today in your debut in GPVWC. I hope the best of luck for you in the season. I hope some teams want to give a seat to you see also you on the grid.
I can't say for now, but probably something will happen in the future, but you will see, guys.
Yeah. We hope for the best for your racing career, and we might see you back in Academy Series or maybe in one of the other opens. We hope to see you back, and yeah, if you can pull off stunning moves and stunning drives, then I think we will be very happy.
Okay, guys, can I leave?
Yeah, you can leave.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for
and
the race.
and I believe then we've got one final guy we want to. And I think Rodrigo, this is arguably, I think, the fastest driver today. Maybe not in result, but I think it was the fastest driver if you look at his race pace, and that was Tom Voss. Hello, Tom.
Hello, hello.
So I believe P4 in the end, but yeah, the
Yeah,
first one who made a pit stop. Yeah, you didn't get the podium, but are you still satisfied with the way the race went, or are you just yeah gutted that you didn't go for a zero stop?
uh, I was happy with my result. I made two tiny mistakes at the long left-hander, and that costed me like 1 second, and that's maybe the second I needed for the P2, P1, P1, P3. So I'm happy with my result.
Okay,
It was
so
good
And
battles, so
yeah, it looked like a very good battle in the end. Do you reckon if you had one lap more, gone to P2, or what do you think?
I think P3 it was then.
Okay.
but you expected that Parker was going to the pits also, Tom, or you was very surprised when you see that he don't make a pit stop.
I was thinking he was going into the pits because of his speed at the beginning, but his pace dropped massively at the end. So, yeah, but it was enough for him. So, good job on him.
Yeah, that we agree on that. It was a good job from Tom Parker. Uh, yeah, looking ahead, Tom, will we? Is your aim now to be in the Formula Challenge for the next couple of races?
I hope so. I really hope. I got an arm injury, but I completely recovered. So I hope I can race again in FC.
Yeah, let's hope so. I think we need to have a lot of talks, but that we do that later. So yeah, I think with this we are at the end of the broadcast, Rodrigo.
I think it's the end of this broadcast. And Mr. Tom, it's a pity that you don't make a podium, but congrats for your race because you make this guy that was with me on the comments today be very excited about the race, especially
Yeah,
when we
thanks.
make that aggressive move on the start. And I hope for the next round. By the way, what is the next track that you see on the Academy Series, man? No, you
I
already know it.
believe it
I
was
think it was
Azerbaijan.
Baku. Yeah.
Yeah, Azerbaijan. So that will be
Oh, oh,
very interesting to race there.
Oh,
Uh,
this race will be a hell. If it today was calm, the Azerbaijan that is April 14th. Oh my goodness, man! No, this will be a race that will be a challenge. You'll be a
yeah,
challenge for the
it
drivers.
it will be a challenge for the drivers. But yeah, let's first look a bit back on today's race. Rodrigo, was very surprised by the clean start of the academy race. That's something I want to give to the whole league. Is that I'm really proud. Everybody did take care. There were not a lot of incidents at the start, and yeah, big respects to everybody who raced today because you showed that you had respect for each other. You want to beat each other, but you had, in the end, respect for each other, and that's something very important for us as the league.
Yeah, and let's end this, guys. So this was me, Rodrigo Carvalho, and Menno Klont on the commentaries. I thank also Gerrit de Vries from the cameras, and
Yeah.
we see you guys next time on Baku Grand Prix in Academy Series.
Bye bye.